Hey YouTube, well, I'm shooting the Gamo CFX once again, and I made some changes to it. Let me show you the accuracy that I'm getting. I'm shooting at 20 yards. For the CFX, this is challenge enough. So this is actually a good group for me with the CFX. Just a tiny bit over a quarter. The pellets I'm shooting will probably surprise you. I'm actually using these greasy wad cutters, the Daisy 22 caliber flat nose. I don't remember when I bought these. They can be pretty crude, but for tonight, the gun seems to like them. It did like the field trophies, and then last night it wasn't as anyway. Okay, where I got me frustrated is what I think is going on with this gun. It is that it is extremely hold sensitive. Got the different scope, got a different mount. I pulled the rail off so it's mounted directly onto the spring tube. I actually put a pellet down the end of the barrel and pushed it through. The barrel's tighter up here, like it's choked, then it was easier to push through the rest of the way. I didn't notice any significant tight spots or loose spots. It didn't like fall through. I don't have a feel for well, I guess what I should do is go push a pellet through some guns I know are accurate and see how those feel. So I've not done that. The one modification I did that made a big difference is here inside the trigger. See that Allen head cap screw? I replaced the stock screw with a screw that was a couple millimeters longer. This one's 8 millimeters long, 2.5 millimeters in diameter. I just bought a whole set of cap screws off Amazon. This cost me $10. Free shipping. And then the other thing I did is I removed the action out of the stock, and there's a groove where the spring is at, and I used this Yamaha Yamalube molybdenum disulfide grease, which is actually made for CV joints. But from everything I read, said use moly grease. This is what I used. This was like I think it was just $14. It had a nice tip that I cut, and I just squeezed it in there, and it immediately made this gun feel way smoother. Like, really, now that I've been using it, it's like a night and day smoother. It doesn't have that crunchy feel. It's like butter. The fire action happened to smooth up a bit too. The trigger pull, it improved the trigger pull with the screw, so I'd recommend doing that, but it still has a pretty stiff trigger on it, and I haven't measured it, but it's a bit stiff. So let's go ahead and see if I can shoot a group on film, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay guys, I've got the target set up down there at 20 yards. Let me see if I can manage to shoot a halfway decent group with the H&N field target trophies with the camera rolling. The last group I just shot was pretty acceptable for my standards of this gun, but I feel like I'm slowly making progress. I was seeing consistency in that, little steps. That was a big deal because consistency is what's remained elusive with this gun. And I've been trying the artillery hold. I've been holding this gun as light as I could. So I got frustrated and I just held it really tight in front. And I actually started grouping a lot more consistently. So got some little no-see-ums out, but let's see if I can do this on camera and show you guys. Maybe I've come up with a bit of a breakthrough here. Let's see. That was really far over to the left. I don't know. It wasn't shooting that far over to the left a little bit ago. Okay, that was more in the center of the target because that's where I actually have the scope sighted in. So let's do 4 more shots and see if I can keep them there. I think that will look good. Hey, listen to this cocking. Hear that? You don't hear anything hardly, do you? Pretty neat. It's like butter. A little bit up into the right. This gun, I feel like it's a very demanding gun to shoot. Overly so, totally not worth it. But, let's see. Could feel myself bouncing a tiny bit there. See what this one looks like, and then another video I'll go out to 35 yards. That's not, don't count that. I didn't mean for it to shoot right then. That's not what I wanted it to do. So that was me, it's not the gun. I'm not making excuses for this piece of garbage. I mean, it's getting better, that was me. Well, it looked like they kind of just went across like that. Let me get the target and see what it looks like. So you might wonder, like, why am I obsessing about this gun? Boy, I really thought I hit there. Okay. Hard to see. I have the scope set on 4 power. So I said don't count that one because that was totally me. That was my first shot. So basically, I don't want to count that. I want to count these because that's 7 shots. And these are the ones I felt like I was doing really well. Fortunately, there was that one. You know, maybe if I can hold things together, I could get a dime-sized group at 20 yards, which is not bad. In the meantime, I didn't even get a quarter-sized group. So, the gun's... For me, the gun is not easy to shoot. This is what I was shooting earlier tonight. These were Daisy wad cutters that kind of seem to like them. They're greasy and I don't know, just liked them. So it's about a quarter at 20 yards. And then I was holding it really super loose and all over, and I just got mad and frustrated, and I held it as tight as I could. Or not as tight, but I held it really tight. And I dang near got a quarter, so I'm like, hey, tighter hold with, that was with the field trophies. Seems like that might be the ticket. And then, just in case you're new or like, well, you suck, YouTube guy, you can't shoot a Springer for crap. That's more typical. I got my Diana 34 out, and I was shooting that, and just shooting different pellets because it's not pellet picky like Princess here. And these are Crossman hollow points, and I got a nickel at 20 yards basically. Jumbo monsters, almost a nickel. Piranhas, though that's the ones I was first sighting it in, almost a nickel. The Hodson pellets, a little over, about a quarter. And then the field trophies, which it actually didn't like as much. Kind of funny. Anyhow, that's the first time I've shot my Diana in months, and trigger's way better. Anyhow, it's just kind of like, wanted to get an idea, like, well, am I holding this thing to too high of standards? You know, if you count those two out. Anyhow, you guys know what you're getting into with this. If you want to chance it, I wouldn't recommend it, but it is, I probably have now over 900 pellets through this gun, and whatever reason, I still like shooting it. I want to master it. That's why I keep shooting it. I keep doing videos on it, and maybe one day I'll be able to shoot it really, really well. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.